Hello and good afternoon, or good evening, or good morning, wherever you may be viewing this or when you're viewing this. This is Sam Tolbert, Sound of Joy Music Services, and I'm coming with another live, a special one. As you well know, I pay very close attention to viewer comments, and there was a very long comment left for me by a viewer. Let's see, I don't want to bring it up, but I do want to make a reference to it because it spoke to the uh, how can I put it, the producer in me. Why is this not coming up right? Okay, for some reason, oh, there it is. I want to see if I can give you some snippets from the request or the comments. Let's see if I can find it if it's still here. Oh goodness, the comment is not there. Let me go into the. Okay, I don't see the actual comment there. But the request more or less dealt with they were looking for public domain songs to put to a dance um, being used in a venue, a service. They're going to have a venue, and they wanted songs that would bring people to Christ, bring people to Jesus. And yet they were having an issue finding public domain songs that they could put and use for a dance team. And the last request was if you know of songs that can be suggested and if you could create them, we would very much appreciate it. And you know what I mean by appreciation. And of course, I said, yes, I have some ideas what you could use. And in my past, I have created dance music for a choreographer. So I'm going to take you through the whole process. I've got my Pro Tools loaded up. Um, I've got some ideas which I will run through. I have one song because one of the songs requested was "I Surrender All." Actually, the question came through on that video. Let me see if I can pull that video up and go into it. I'll be able to see the comments that. But it was very long. We're talking about more than 75 words. That's how long it was. Let's see if I can find it now. Do 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 do. You know what? I bet it was in the last live I did. That's when I did the I Surrender All. Okay, let's see if it comes up. Strangely enough, it's not even coming up. I may not be looking for it correctly. Okay, here we are. Comments. Why can I see the comments in here? Let's go into it. Now let's go into, and it's not going to show me comments on my last live. At any rate, I usually save them and store them on another file on my hard drive, but I was caught it this morning. So anyway, I'm going to show you the process I would go through in creating a demo, one for this young lady to uh, try and see whether or not I can come up with one that she can use. See, I got on a different hat, sort of my thinking hat. Of course, I now have to put myself in the mode of a I won't say producer. Producer is when you've got it already together and you're adding stuff to it to build it out. But in my creative composing mode, so let's bring up my Pro Tools page. There we go. There's Pro Tools. I was going to do I Surrender All. Now I'm using stock programs. I think you should be able to hear that. That is the stock piano. Before I add any of the studio piano sounds that I have, you always want to begin with your mind of, well, what could it sound like? And I got already a picture in my head. And the stock piano in Pro Tools, this is the MIDI Grand, has a tremendous sound. Now don't have a, I have a tempo in mind, but I want to see what tempo they've given me here. Let me let this just run. This beat is comes with the actual stock singer-songwriter template. I think I like this one because I'm thinking in the sense of people dancing. So they're going to be taking steps. They're going to be twirling. There's going to be some movement. And that's going to come to an end right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy a few of these to extend this. Let's paste that. I want to paste it. Make sure it's okay. Yes, it is. And let's paste about. Got to be lined up correctly in order to do this. Come on, paste another one for me. Huh. There you go. Paste. And I want one more. Paste. Okay. All right. So I've pasted out a few of them. Who's joined us? Let me reduce the length right there. So I'll see how far it goes. So now I Surrender All, but I'm thinking of it in a dance format, which means I need an intro. Probably put it in the key of D flat. Okay, in my head, I'm already picturing it out. Let me just play it through. This way I can have a reference. Intro is going to be very basic. You turn on a counter so I can have a count in 2 bars. Here we go. 2, 3. And All right. Ran out of beats there, but I think I kept the tempo. Let's put another one in there and see how well I kept it. Okay. So as you could see, even though I ran out of um, the actual tempo that was running it, I still kept in time because I I can keep timing with internally when I'm playing, even without an actual beat. I thought I had turned on the metronome, and I'm looking at it, and I did not. So now I just turned it on. So that let me save this because I like that complete piece there. Okay, so now I saved that. So I'll go back to the beginning, and let's see what we got. Turn off my metronome now. So while that is playing, again, this is for a dance troupe, not a choir. All right, so I know what's all going to sound like all the way through. Let me add a audio file. No, I like MIDI though. MIDI means I can fix mistakes. But again, this is going to be a demo. So I'm going to throw in an audio file of an oboe. Why an oboe? Because an oboe sounds like a human voice. Let's put it in. Let's put you right there. All right. So I want the sound of an oboe. Something to interweave in between melody and a little bit of harmony. I'm going to my keyboard, search for oboe is a wind instrument, so it's going to be past the saxophones. Flutes, clarinet, oboe. I want an oboe. Clarinet, wood flute, piccolo, piccolo, flute, pan, flute, bottle. Oboe's in a bassoon. I want an oboe by itself. Oboe by itself. There we go. Alright. I have to mute. Once I separate these tracks. Again, this is a demo, so I can mute that percussion so that it doesn't interfere with me. Okay. Do I want oboe? Do I want flute? piano, sweet flute. We'll go with the sweet flute. Oboe had a little brashness in it. All right. Let's check on the volume. All right. Let's see how I can interweave a flute in between what I just did on the piano. Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Again, creativeness, and just composing. All right. Who joined? Don't think I see anyone that has joined. So I've now layered in a generic flute, sort of give it a little bit of a in and out melody line to go along with the piano. If you noticed when I was doing the piano, I didn't go straight melody, but I did go outside of it. Again, that's that creativeness that says you don't have to play what's written, but I put that flute there to give a little structure. Now they're both together. Let me save this. And let me cut off some of that right there. Let's see what we got when it comes in. Turn off our metronome. Oh, let's turn back on our. There we go. one outside. All right. While it's playing, I was just trying to see if I wanted to layer in an aux sound. All right, that's gonna always gonna kick in on me. Mute that, please. On the percussion. Who joined us? No one has joined us. Okay. So I am creating a choreographed music piece for one of my viewers to use in a production that she is creating. She had wondered if I did that type of work, and of course I do. In my past, I have choreographed music for an actual choreographer. He still uses them today. So I said, of course, that's something I do. I will see what public domain song. She did mention I Surrender All, so I am creating an actual demo using Pro Tools and my Yamaha S70 XS keyboard to make a demo file for her to see whether or not I can meet her needs as a composer, producer, creator. More than just, I say, gospel music, but being able to be creative in everything music. So I have layered down already using Pro Tools template a piano track of I Surrender All, a flute to accompany it. Usually you would do the flute first, but I work in different ways. I hear one part first and add to the next part. So now I'm looking at adding an aux sound in the background. I'm not going to use bass in a sense, but I will use an actual bottom. If you listen on the piano, I didn't have much bottom on there purposely because I want to have space to add one and not go into the actual MIDI file of the piano and take out notes. So this is where I'm looking at now. Where can I find a nice bottom? And I think I want to try one that is here. It's a vintage 74 electric piano. All right, let's try putting that in there. Let's select an audio spot, which is stereo. Okay. And again, because this is a dance dance music for dancers, theater type dancers, it doesn't need all that bing bang and the boom sound. It just has to be full, but have some bite to it. So this is going to help fill in a an aux or a fill in space basically. Because the piano itself is also going to it will clash with some of their notes. That's why it's going to be underneath the piano. Well, let me just play it and you'll hear it. And now I don't know what I'm going to do yet, so I should just no, I do it live. This way you see what goes on in my head. Here we go. Let's see where they're coming at. I let those two have it in the very beginning. Just the opening. Here we go. Let's go underneath. So in listening to that, I can hear some things with the flute I'm going to change because I didn't go into a E major chord. Let me go take that out because it's offending my ears. Let's see where it's at. I think that's where it's at right there. Right there. I didn't put that note in there. Let's get rid of that. I took the wrong part out. That's where it's at. You and the piano. Let's see. That's where the offending notes are. let's, don't want to do that. Let's delete that part. We're going to come in, going to punch it right in here. Go back to my flute. Going to punch in another flute part right there. Who joined us? If we have anyone, I may be early for some people on a Saturday, but you're watching the actual production of a dance piece for a theater group. I'm going to redo the flute part at the end there. Let's again. Sometimes you begin to hear things differently. I believe I had the sweet flute. Alright. Let's see. Doing a complete wipe. I'm going to do the whole thing over again for the flute. Best way to do it is to get another fresh take on it. Here we go. I'll get that out. So yes, a whole different approach to it, more to laying a melody foundation and allowing the other instruments which I brought in support it. Because how can you recognize a song if you don't hear the melody? All right, let's save this. There was a mistake in the beginning. Sometimes mistakes are good. Let's see if I want to take it out or do I want to leave it there. Let's turn off that. Now you have to imagine dancers dancing to this. They need a melody as their guide. So if they're going to do any inflections with hands or twists, the lyrics are going to be that guide for them. Now aux is going to come in. I'm going to lower the volume on the aux. There it is underneath the piano. There's the note. Where's that at? 34. Yeah, that note can't stay there. That can't stay there. That's got to go. Alright, let's see how we're going to get that out of there. Let's expand everybody so I can get a real good picture of where I'm going to cut. Alright, there it's right there. Here's where it's at. That's got to go. Let's slip, not grid. All right. All right. Let's see if we can fix this. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Make this so you can't see what's happening here. I am fixing in a very economical way. There's my offending note right there. Let's just take out this much. I'm gonna drag a note in there. Oh, there's more than that. Okay, so it's all of that. All that's got to go. Clean that up, take that out. Let's see what we got. I need an F, right? I need a D. Let's see if we can sneak it in there. Let's find a D somewhere else in here, first of all. Maybe it'll find one. E flat rather. I need an E flat. So let's go back and let's find an E flat. There's an E flat. Okay, we're going to borrow this E flat. Copy. And we're going to go to here and try and paste it in, but I'm going to paste it in a different track first so I can see what size it is. Okay. change the dynamics on you. I'll tell you what. Let's take you out for a second. Okay. A little more over. A little more. Gotta go a little further back. Timing is everything, as they say. Who joined us? Don't see anybody that has joined us. Let's go here. Okay, I think we are in agreement where we are. The breath mark, and then you come right in. I've got that on a separate track. Let me see. I can reduce this some more to meet right there, and then push you up there. And that's good enough for me because this is a demo. Alright, so we fixed that offending note right there. Let's take her back to here. Let's walk it through. Who joined? I'm working on I Surrender All for a choreographer. So just to give you some background, William, a viewer made a very long comment about how they were putting together a dance theater group to sing songs which help to bring people to Christ, to Jesus in a setting that they're having, and yet she could not find songs that were that she didn't have to pay for the use of. I'll put it like that. And even in the public domain, she was having trouble finding appropriate songs to teach to her dance troupe because she's a choreographer. So the end of the response or the comments were, do I know of any songs that she may possibly use, and can I create the music that she can use for her dance team? And of course, I said yes to both. I have songs that may be appropriate, and I have created music in my past for Choreographer. I think I did an African piece, which is also available on CD Baby and iTunes and Spotify and Pandora, called Sound of Africa. I did an entire orchestral piece, and I did Come Sunday for the same choreographer who needed it in an emergency to do at a production. He didn't have a piece, so I created that for him. So it's not an issue for me to create music. This is the other part of me that I enjoy doing. It's not just playing for churches or playing for events like conventions, but to actually create something out of nothing. So I am putting together a demo for this young lady. Hopefully she will view this video. If not, I will try to find her comment in one of my videos and try to email this file to her. So I am creating it basically from nothing using Pro Tools. I've got the piano done. I put a flute in as a guide. It's like an actual lyric guide, so when she's teaching the part, she can key them in on key notes, which is what I found with the choreographer that I worked for. He needed key notes to know when he's going to have inflections in the dances, and it worked out well for him. So I'm doing it in this format. There's no drum beat, but there will be that pre-programmed. I guess it's like maraca sound, which is it's a good how can I put it, tempo setter. So I've got 4 tracks already in. Let me just save what I've done so I don't have a crash, because the computers are tables will do that to you. So now I go back and I review what I've done so far so I can hear it for myself. Let's see what we got now. That's the opening. I have headphones so I can hear it. Opening. Our saxophone comes in, flute rather. So there are 2 instruments. Opening up the actual the music, makes it recognize the people listening to it. Now our aux, which is keys, comes in underneath the piano. With a nice reverberating stereo